guys, I'm Alan Zirkle with Mr. Z's Music Lessons. Today we'll be doing a lead guitar tutorial over O Holy Night by Hillsong Worship. And I heard this song a few days ago and just the guitar parts, and it really stuck out to me, so I thought it'd be fun to do a lesson over it. And in the description of the video there's a link to a tab if you want to print that off. It makes it a little bit easier to follow along with, but I'll also have tabs running across the top of the screen for you. And the song is in the key of G, and the time signature is 6/8, so just keep that in mind. And for the intro, we just have this little riff that we'll play. I'm going to bar across the 7th fret of the G, B, and E strings, and then I'll put my pinky on the 10th fret of the B string. So we'll have 10th fret of the B string, then the 7th fret of the E string, and we'll do a pull off from the 8th fret to the 7th fret on the B string, and then we'll pick the 7th fret of the G string. So that sounds like this. That's it for the intro, and then later on you'll have a little turn that'll come back again, and that'll just be the same riff again 8 times. Then for verse 1 we just have some chords that we'll play. We'll start off on a G chord, and our voicing for this, we're going to put our first finger on the 5th fret of the D string, the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the G string, and then the 4th finger on the 8th fret of the B string, and we'll just strum those 3 strings that we're holding down. Then for our D chord, we'll move our first finger to the 5th fret of the A string, and then our 3rd and 4th fingers will both be on the 7th fret of the G and B strings. And we're going to mute the D string. I just let my first finger kind of lay over it to touch it. That's our D chord. And then for our C chord, we'll bar across the 5th fret of the D and G strings. Then we'll put our pinky on the 8th fret of the B string. We'll strum the D, G, and B strings. Then for our E minor, we'll put our 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the A string. We're going to mute that D string with that 2nd finger. Then we'll put our 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the G string, and then we'll leave the pinky on the 8th fret of the B string, and we'll strum from the A string to the B string. We'll let that one ring out for 2 measures. Then we just basically do the same thing again. We'll go back to G, then D, and then back to G. Alright, then the only other chord that we'll have in here that you'll want to watch out for is the B minor. So for the B minor, we'll bar across the G and B strings, and then we'll put our 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the D string, and we'll strum the D, G, and B strings. So I'm just going to play through this entire verse 1 for you, just to give you an idea of what it all sounds like. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D for 2 measures, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to D. Then C. And that's all we'll play on verse 1. And for verse 2, you can really do the same exact chord shapes there. Just if you want to strum a little more often, you can, but that's the basic idea. Then on chorus 1, we're just going to play octaves, and we'll just move these octaves around. And just kind of for the sake of time, I'm just going to play through this, and you guys can follow along with the tab on the screen, just so the video doesn't end up being 20 minutes long, because it has a lot of different parts to it. So we'll start on the 5th fret of the D string with that first finger, and then we'll put the pinky on the 8th fret of the B string. And we're going to mute the G string just kind of with the first finger laying over. And I would go ahead and use some overdrive here. So here's chorus 1 for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. chorus 1, and right after that you'll go back into your intro riff again 8 times. Then chorus 2 is pretty similar to chorus 1, but it does have some little variations in it. So I'll go ahead and play that for you, and it's just those octave shapes again, just kind of moving around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it for chorus 2. Then for the instrumental, we have a really awesome sounding tremolo picking riff, and there's 2 guitar parts happening here. I'm just going to show you guys the higher one, and I would use just like a really saturated tone here, just lots of overdrive. And we'll start out on the 15th fret of the E string, and I'm just going to play through this, and you guys can follow along with the tab on the screen. And this may get a little bit louder than the rest of the video, but here's what it sounds like. That's it for the instrumental. Then for chorus 3, we're back to our octave shapes again. So I'll just play through that for you once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this lesson. I really hope that helps you learn the song. Maybe if you guys are playing this song at church, hopefully that'll help you out. Well, thanks again so much for watching, and have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys in the next one.